In this episode of the Happy Diabetic Kitchen, we're going to be talking about cooking hacks. Hacks that can save you time, money, energy, and make your life so easy in the kitchen. I think it's going to be a lot of fun with a lot of great tips and tricks. So stay tuned, everybody. We will be right back. Hello, everyone. I am Chef Robert Lewis, the Happy Diabetic. Welcome to the internet's most delicious cooking podcast. I'm here in the kitchen getting ready to explore a healthy diabetic lifestyle. I want to take the mystery out of healthy cooking, explore some amazing foods, and my diabetic journey with all my successes and all my challenges. Let me help you live your best happy diabetic lifestyle. So welcome to the kitchen. And if you're new to the show, I am so happy you're here. The Happy Diabetic Cooking Academy definition of a hack goes like this. In the context of cooking, a hack refers to a clever or maybe unconventional technique or maybe even a shortcut that makes a cooking process easier, more efficient, and more effective and saves time and money. It's a way to achieve a desired outcome with less effort or less resources. Hacks are often simple, practical, and easy implementable strategies that can improve a process or solve a cooking problem. That's what it's going to be about today on this podcast, my cooking hacks. We'll also have the recipe of the podcast, my simple method for oven roasting vegetables, and my tips from the CIA, the Culinary Institute of America, where I went to chef school. This and so much more. And let me remind you, if you have not signed up for the Happy Diabetic Kitchen newsletter, it's free. Simply go to the website, happydiabetic.com, sign up. You won't want to miss a single issue. You'll also get our 7 steps to healthy diabetic living and my bonus healthy eating tips. So stay up to date on new podcasts, insider tips, and more when you subscribe to our newsletter. And coming soon, and I'm so excited to tell you about this, is our Happy Diabetic Kitchen Cooking Academy video series. All the information will be sent out in the newsletters. You won't want to miss one issue. All right, welcome back, everybody. Let's get right into the recipe of the podcast. My oven roasted carrots, or for that matter, any vegetable. It's going to be super simple, easy, and delicious. The beauty of roasting vegetables in your oven creates a caramely and golden brown, delicious look and flavor. You're simply going to roast until the vegetables are tender. And when you pierce them with a fork, you'll see some charred bits on the edges. Now, softer vegetables cook more quickly, while harder vegetables like potatoes will cook more slowly. So just remember that smaller pieces of vegetables will cook more quickly than the larger pieces. Now, if you're roasting and if it's new to you, don't sweat it. Just start checking after about 15 minutes and keep roasting until you see charred bits, nice golden color, some caramelization, and hey, the vegetables are tender. Now, these charred bits is what makes roasting vegetables so good and delicious. So remember this, even if the vegetables are already tender and cooked through, I like to keep roasting them until I can see them start to turn toasty and caramely around the edges. That's when you know they're getting good. If in doubt, roast for an extra 5 or 10 minutes. It's unlikely the extra roasting will hurt anything. It's very likely that your vegetables will be even tastier. So let's get right into how to roast vegetables. So we're going to break down roasting vegetables into 4 easy steps. Number 1, preheat the oven to about 400 to 425. I like to line a cookie sheet, about 15 by 10 by 1 inch baking pan, with foil, or I also like to use parchment paper. I like to start with about 1 pound of veggies, and you don't want to crowd the pan. Cut the veggies in a uniform manner so they all cook at the same time. Step number two, peel and scrub all the vegetables into 1/4 inch slices or cubes. Toss the vegetables in a bowl with 2 to 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil, a half a teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of freshly ground pepper, oregano, garlic seasoning. Any flavor combination will be just amazing. But remember this, don't add too much oil. Easy does it. Step number three, place all the vegetables on the parchment or foil lined pan. Step number four, here we go. It's going to be easy peasy. Roast away until you see some color on the vegetables and they're nice and tender. So, roasting time at about 400 to 425 degrees is about 20 to 25 minutes. Now, remember, you're the boss in the kitchen. So, if you like your vegetables a little more cooked, give them a little more time. If you like them a little more tender, give them a little less time. Simple and delicious. Broccoli, cauliflower, zucchini, sweet potatoes. These are all amazing vegetables that will be nicely roasted. Just remember, if you're roasting different vegetables, cut them the same size. Okay, that's it. My oven roasted vegetables. You'll find the recipe at happydiabetic.com. Okay, stay tuned. When we return, let's talk cooking hacks. Okay, welcome back, everybody. So, in the context of cooking or health, a hack refers to a clever or unconventional technique or shortcut that makes a task easier, more efficient, and more effective. It's a way to achieve a desired outcome with less effort or resources. Hacks are often simple, practical, and easy to implement strategies that can improve the process or solve a problem. So I just want to throw this out. I mean, let's just face it. We just don't eat enough salads and veggies. So that's what I want to focus on first with my hacks. So here are some salad hacks for eating healthy and happy salads and veggies. Number one, prep your veggies and salads in advance. I like to prepare a large batch of salad ingredients at the beginning of the week so you have healthy options readily available for quick meals and snacky snacks. Number two, mix up your greens. Don't limit yourself to just one type of leafy green. Mix different varieties like spinach, arugula, field greens, or romaine for a variety of flavors and nutrients. The best part is you can buy them already pre-mixed and they're super affordable. Number three, add protein. I like to incorporate lean proteins like grilled chicken, tofu, beans, quinoa to make your salads more filling and more balanced. Number four, always try to include healthy fats. Add sources of healthy fats like avocados, nuts, and seeds. This will help to promote nutrient absorption. Number five, get creative with your vegetables. Come on, you guys, you're all creative. Get your creative head on. So don't be afraid to experiment with different vegetables in your salad, such as bell peppers, cucumbers, tomatoes, shredded carrots, and how about some of those roasted vegetables we just talked about? It's a great addition to any salad. Number six, make your own dressing. Skip the store bought dressings. Let's be honest. If you can't pronounce some of the ingredients in a store bought dressing, do not buy it. And they're often high in unhealthy fats and sugars. Instead, make your own using olive oil, vinegar, a little sugar, citrus juice, some herbs and spices. Do what the Italians do. It's very Mediterranean. Drizzle extra virgin olive oil and balsamic vinegar over the greens. I've got an amazing balsamic vinegar dressing at the website happydiabetic.com. Number 7, control your portions. Super, super important. Be mindful of portion sizes, especially when it comes to calorie dense toppings like cheese and croutons and dried fruit. Use these ingredients sparingly. Take a deep breath, everybody. Easy does it. Number 8, I love to add texture. I love the crunch. Crunchy elements like sliced almonds, pumpkin seeds, or crispy air fried chickpeas to add texture and flavor to your salad. What's that you say? Air fried chickpeas? The recipe's on the website, happydiabetic.com. Okay, number 9, balance your flavors. I like to aim for a balance of sweet and salty and tangy and savory flavors in your salad by simply adding ingredients like fresh fruit, feta cheese, olives, and balsamic vinegar. Okay, lastly, number 10, experiment with herbs and citrus. I love to enhance the flavor of my salads with fresh herbs like basil, cilantro, mint, parsley, and a squeeze of citrus juice like lemon or lime for some amazing brightness. So, by incorporating these 10 hacks, you can elevate the flavor and nutrition of your salads to a super high and not boring level. Give them a try, everybody. Okay, so let's move into the kitchen for some kitchen cooking hacks. Are you ready? Here's a couple simple ones. Number 1, sharpen your knives regularly. A sharp knife makes chopping and slicing easier and safer. I always tell people you're more apt to cut yourself on a dull knife because you have to apply so much pressure. Number 2, I love kitchen scissors. They're great for cutting herbs, trimming fat from meat, and even slicing pizzas. Number 3, save vegetable scraps for stock. Instead of throwing away all those vegetable scraps like, you know, onion peels and celery peelings and carrot peelings, collect them all, keep them in a bag in the freezer, and when you have enough, simmer them with water to make homemade vegetable stock. Number 4, I love citrus zest. Grate the colorful outer layer of citrus fruits like lemons, limes, and oranges to add flavor to dishes without adding extra calories. Number 5, prep all your ingredients in advance. Remember, we've talked about this before, everybody. We call it the mise en place. Have all your ingredients ready to go before you put your recipes together. Another key cooking hack is always taste as you go. Don't wait until the end to season up your dishes. Taste it all through the cooking process. Adjust the seasonings as you need to achieve perfect flavor. Lots of layers of flavor. That's what you're after. And number 7, lastly, I love parchment paper whenever I can use it for an easy cleanup. I love lining baking dishes and pans with parchment paper to make cleanup a breeze and prevent sticking. So remember that these hacks can help make your cooking experience more efficient and enjoyable. All right, everybody. My last set of hacks is all about helping you manage your blood glucose levels. It's critical for us with diabetes, so managing that blood sugar is so important. So here's some helpful hacks that work for me. Number 1, eat regular balanced meals. Consistency is the key. I aim for balanced meals containing a lean protein, healthy fats, complex carbohydrates to help stabilize my blood sugars. I use the ADA approach to the plate method, which is half your plate of vegetables, a quarter of your plate with proteins, a quarter of your plate with starches. I like to choose low glycemic index. That's my tip number 2. These foods cause a slower rise in blood sugar levels. Examples include non-starchy vegetables, whole grains, and legumes. Number 3, portion sizes matter. Controlling your portion size can help prevent blood sugar spikes. I like to use either measuring cups or visualize portion sizes to avoid overeating. For example, a portion of my protein, 3 or 4 ounces, could be a deck of cards. Number 4, stay hydrated. Drinking plenty of water can help prevent dehydration, which can definitely affect blood sugar levels. I like to opt for water or other non-caloric beverages instead of junky, sugary drinks. Number 5, exercise regularly. A little physical activity can go a long way, and it will help improve insulin sensitivity and lower your blood sugar levels. And if you're not used to exercising, that's when you should reach out to your medical professional team, your doctor, your certified registered diabetic educator, or a dietitian to help plan the perfect exercise program for you. And number 6, try to manage your stress. Stress can affect blood sugar levels. Practice stress reducing techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, yoga, playing loud rock and roll guitar like I do. Keep your stress in check. It will be very helpful. Number 7, keep healthy snacky snacks on hand. I like to opt for snacks that are high in fiber and protein to maintain some steady blood sugar levels between meals. Examples for me would include nuts or seeds, possibly Greek yogurt. It's not my favorite, but I can do it, and raw vegetables with hummus, which I love. Number 8 would be to monitor your blood sugar levels. Now, I use the Libre 3 CGM. If you're not familiar with that, check out the Libre site by Abbott and learn all about that. If you can get yourself a CGM, I would highly recommend it. Talk to your doctor, your endocrinologist. And if you're on Medicare, Medicare loves CGMs, continuous glucose monitors. But regular monitoring can help you understand how your body responds to different foods or activities and medications. Again, work with your healthcare team to establish target ranges and adjust your management plan as needed. And, like I just said, learn about continuous glucose monitors. It could definitely change your life. It did for me. And like all the suggestions that we've talked about today, remember to consult with a healthcare professional for your personalized advice and guidance tailored to your specific needs and medical history. One size does not fit all. Welcome back, everybody. It's time for the tips that I learned at the Culinary Institute of America in Hyde Park, New York, my chef school, or what I like to call as the other CIA. So this tip is all about cutting in the kitchen, and it's something that you need, and if you don't have, you need to find a way to get yourself a good, not expert, but not crappy chef's knife. A 9 to 10 inch basic chef knife. It's a must-have for serious or amateur cooks alike. So I like to use this super sharp all-purpose knife for all kinds of tasks. Carving chicken, chopping vegetables, and so many other uses. These types of knives are typically tapered and measured from about 6 to 12 inches in length. Some of the knives have shallow indents on the side. This is called a Santoku style, which allows food to slide more easily off the surface, or a flat surface or Santoku knife are both really good options. Now, don't get me wrong, you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on a good chef knife, right? You definitely don't. Keep your eyes open for great deals. Target, even Aldi's, in those aisles where they have all the little tchotchke stuff, you can find really great quality chef's knives for very little money. But if you can, pick it up, make sure it feels good in your hand, because that will be a knife you will use, I would say, 90% of the time while you're in the kitchen. Now, be sure, when you're purchasing your knife, you also want to get a steel. A steel is a portable, handheld, sharpening tool that will keep your blades sharp. It will not sharpen a dull knife, but it will help keep your brand new knife super sharp. They're easy to use, not dangerous. You can do it because you need to have sharp knives. So you need a good French knife and a good steel. So the next tip from the CIA I want to share with you is when you are cutting with a cutting board, before you start anything, lay down a moist towel or paper towel on your counter and lay the cutting board on top of the towel. Before you start cutting, this is going to keep your cutting board from slipping and sliding all over your kitchen counter. So, just a couple quick tips that I learned while at chef school at the CIA. I hope it's helpful. And listen, start slow. Again, you don't have to spend a lot of money on your kitchen tools, but find ones that you like, and they will last you a long time. Keep them sharp is the key. If you're loving what you hear in the kitchen, please share this podcast with your friends, family, and anyone you know living with diabetes, type 1, type 2, or my favorite, the type 3, that wonderful, loving support person. Please leave a comment or feedback wherever you listen. It's super important. So I know exactly what you like and how I can make this the best podcast ever. Please reach out to me at my website, happydiabetic.com. Hit the contact link and share a recipe or a comment or a question. We want you to live your best happy diabetic life. Thanks again for listening. And remember this, the best place to listen to the Happy Diabetic Kitchen podcast, go directly to my website, happydiabetic.com. Hit the podcast link and all my episodes live right there and are ready for you. This podcast is not intended to replace professional medical advice. The views expressed in this podcast may not be those of the host or the Happy Diabetic Kitchen. Always consult your medical team, and if you're planning on making any changes to your health plan, medication, lifestyle, or anything going on with your diabetes, get a hold of your team. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a certified diabetic educator or a dietitian. Although I am a father of 3 amazing kids, Attila, Dracula, and Frankenstein, that does make me a psychiatrist of sorts. And after all, my mother did want me to be a doctor. Does that count? And if you're loving the podcast, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss one single episode. The Happy Diabetic Kitchen is made from scratch, seasoned with love, cooked to perfection. Thanks for listening. Our theme music is by the Happy Diabetic Kitchen Band, and of course, our kitchen mascots, Scout and Tucker, who love to sleep. Matter of fact, did you know that on an average, cats spend 2/3 of every day sleeping? What are they dreaming about? That means a 9-year-old cat has been awake for only 3 years of its life. Remember, everybody, this year, better than last year. This month, better than last month. This week, better than last week. And this day, better than yesterday. Thanks for tuning in, and let me leave you with this thought. Flavio Per Angelini once said, "The easier cooking seems, the more it needs to be watched, as the margin of error is bound to increase." That is some deep thought there, folks. Well, the secret ingredient to your cooking should always be love. You know that, right? And here in the Happy Diabetic Kitchen, it's all about the love. So long, and remember, no one loves you more than me.